Hi to everyone listening. Just before I start, a special mention to Wigston Academy and Mr. Carton. Obviously, I got brought up playing and living in Leicester to begin with, and that was the start of sort of my football journey. So it's always good to connect again with the Midlands. Um, just to begin, so if I just my name and what I currently do. So my name's Danny Maye. I currently work for Southampton Football Club. My role at the moment is the game coach for the under-16s, which crosses over to 18s and 15s below as well. My jobs, it's changed a couple of times in the last sort of 5 years, but as also to lead the phase and to oversee a number of age groups. So looking after the staff, the multidisciplinary staff and the coaches within those age groups. What route did I take? So it's slightly different to some people. I had a mixture of playing, coaching and then education. So to begin with, I obviously started playing. I was at the Leicester City Academy. And then I left at 16s and signed a scholarship and went on to be a professional at Port Vale. And then after Port Vale, I went to Southend, did a year's pro there. Then I played sort of conference level and below. Whilst I was coming out of it professionally, I started to do a degree. So I got a scholarship through Team Bath and did a degree at Bath University in coach education and sports development. Alongside that, I worked for Bristol Rovers in their academy. And then when I left there, I was a teacher for a short period whilst looking for jobs in coaching. Then eventually I got offered the full-time role at Southampton Football Club. So a bit of a mix really, but I think that's probably helped me in my journey. What do I enjoy most about the job? It's probably seeing player progression. I think the ages particularly I work with, boys are still in and girls are in quite formative years. So very open to learning. So you do get a lot of progress. You get to see a lot of progress from sort of 14s up to 18s. Within that as well, the players start to train and you have more contact time with them. So I really enjoy that. And I think I enjoy the challenge a lot. It's you can certainly in terms of maturation and physique, you can have boys that are still in the body of a 14-year-old and you can have boys that are in the body of a 19, 20-year-old, all playing in the same age group. So I enjoy that challenge and coming up against teams that maybe are more physical than we would be maybe at that time. So I do enjoy that side of things. Also the challenge that the boys are facing, you know, doing their GCSEs, trying to earn their first ever contract. Agents start to get involved. There's a lot of things going on and I've always enjoyed that challenge of trying to help the lads deal with the pressure of that, but also still enjoy it. What skills and qualities do I think you need? I think different people would answer this differently. If I tried to look at sort of some common themes that I see in the best coaches, it seems an obvious one, but hardworking. It's the type of job that's unsociable hours at times. A lot of people want to be a coach and they want to work in football, so you tend to have to go above and beyond. It's certainly something that I did, you know, as I was coming through. I initially started teaching, so I'd have a full day teaching, then I'd go coaching and wouldn't necessarily be paid for that. I'd finish it at 11, so I'd have maybe 13, 14-hour days in those early years. But I do think that hard-working nature of mine was something that really helped me. I think you need to be empathetic as a coach. I think like anything, that helps you build relationships, trying to understand someone else's perspective, build trust, and try to really influence some sort of behavioural change. So I think having empathy and being able to listen to people is really important. And I think most good coaches, people have different levels of knowledge. They have different ways of working. Some are creative, you know, some like a more process. But I think the best coaches, however they work, they deliver in a passionate way and they communicate really well. So most people have good knowledge, I think, that get to the level that I work at, but the best people are really passionate, they really care, and that comes across, and I think that energy rubs off on other people. And whatever message they've got, they're able to deliver it really well and with clarity, and people understand it. And it was a saying that I heard once, but I think it's really important. Almost people, they don't care what you've got to say unless they know that you care. And I think that is really important when you're trying to get the message across to people. You know, they need to have people that they buy into and that they really understand the message they're trying to put across. So those would be 3 bits. Hardworking, empathy, communicating, and obviously within that passion. Probably the last bit of advice that I would say is probably certainly in the early years, I don't think this changes, but when you're starting out, you know, you really do need to be prepared to go above and beyond with things. It certainly helped me when I was growing up, but recognizing that you might have to at times do unpaid work, you might have to do extra days, extra hours that you don't necessarily want to do all the time. I think those little bits are really important. The degree that I did was great. Some of my journey was really good, but actually the thing that helped me the most was probably in the early stages. I was prepared to do more than others, and not just more. I was really committed, and I was